Thanks for watching my video today. Don't forget to ring the notification bell so that you can be notified when new content is available.
Good morning, everybody, or whatever time it is, wherever you might be, whatever day it is, wherever you are, and whenever you're watching this. Today, I thought we would play with some different paper and some watercolor, which is a little different than what I typically do. I don't normally play with watercolor on my live, so we're just going to play with some watercolor today because I feel like today is Try It Tuesday, so we're just going to play with some things. Okay, so here's what I've got. I've got some different papers. Honestly, this one is a already kind of embossed cardstock. I think it's a set of note cards from maybe Concord and Ninth. It's all from the store, but from my shop, peacecraftlove.com. This is Tim Holtz Distress Mixed Media Heavy Stock, which I know it is not good with wet media necessarily. Like, you could use sprays, but it doesn't really like watercolor, so we'll see what we do with that one. This is the Dina Wakley Heavy Watercolor Paper. I'll show you the package. It's heavyweight watercolor paper, and it is very significant paper. Like, it is just thick. She has some watercolor paper. I also have in the store just her watercolor paper, which is what is in her journals. And it's cotton watercolor paper, and it's not as it's almost a leathery feel. Like, it's definitely a different feel, and it's thinner than this. So there's some different feelings to those two. This paper is interesting because of the size. It's like a 10 by 7.5, which is a weird size for me because I'm used to things being 8.5 by 11. And then my new favorite right now is the Vicky Bouton 12 by 12, 140 pound heavy cardstock, watercolor cardstock in a pad. It comes in a pad of 12 sheets. She calls it mixed media foundation paper, but seriously, it's 140 pounds, and normally mixed media paper is not even 100, usually it's around 110, and I've seen it as low as 90. And then one more is some Dilutions mixed media cardstock. I thought I'd pull out a sheet of that. This is what's in her books, in her journals for Dilutions, which I really like the Dilutions journals. Here's an example of a traveler's notebook size. Have these in the store too. This is a blank one. See, it's the same kind of paper. This is just a loose version. Okay. So, should we start with the Vicky Bouton paper first? Pretty sure this is going to be good. It's kind of smooth, which is interesting because my understanding, and I've never actually used hot press, but my understanding is that hot press watercolor is actually very smooth, and usually it's what people prefer. I'm used to the, I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just going to throw some paint down, some water down, and see what this paper does, how it takes the media. What do I like to do? I like turquoise. That's my color I like to do. Yeah. This paint doesn't really bloom. I do love the bloom. Let's see if I can get it to smear a little bit. think? I think this is pretty. It's buckling just a little bit, but you know, I did put a lot of water on here. And you know, most of the time, even 140 pounds, it would buckle a little bit. I mean, there's so much potential here. Like, just on this large piece of paper, you could do more. I've been doing a lot with acrylic ink lately, because acrylic to me is like, it's kind of like a watercolor, but it's permanent. And it's a little bit less smushy. Like, it doesn't, I don't know. It blends, but it's a little different. It's fun. So I bought this because of my recent new interest in scrapbooking. And it's funny because I have in the store, I have so much scrapbook paper. It is just crazy, like how much I have as far as patterned cardstock. I call it cardstock. It's really just mostly patterned paper. It's not really super heavy weight paper. Some of it is. I mean, the stuff by Vintage 49 to Market, their vintage artistry papers, all of their papers are very heavy. Like, they probably feel like they're at least 100 pounds cardstock, I would say. But some of it's, you know, patterned paper. It won't take media at all. You just use it as a background on something. So recently I had I've started becoming more interested in memory keeping and preserving memories. And so that's part of, when I found this paper, I thought this was so cool because it's 12 by 12, which is the size that a lot of people use for their albums. And because it's, and yet it's mixed media, so it's heavier weight, and you can add all the paint and smushiness that you want, you know, and then you can make backgrounds that fit with whatever color scheme you want because you're just making your own. So it's great. Or what you could do is what I did the other day, you can also make a background, like the whole thing all over, and then cut it up and make it into cards, which is what I did when I made these. So I made these because I just used this paper, and I did that technique on the back with the bubble wrap, right? And then I just went back with my stamp, my Tim Holtz Bold Fright stamp. I love his bold saying stamps. They're just so perfect for quick cards. Like, this is such a quick technique. Okay, and then but then this is also an option because you can do something that has watercolor and even maybe some acrylic ink. I'll put this to the side and let it dry. All right, so then let's see. Small watercolor. I'm going to use some clean water. This is why you should have two jars of water here. Dry really quick. I thought we could try putting a layer because Altenew is pretty cool about, they make their stencils so that you can layer. But I like how that looks. Just this one stencil. Okay, so this is what it shows you. And for this stencil, this is not a stamp. This is just for a stencil. You do this one stencil, and then you can go back. So you do this part. And then you go back and you layer this over the top of it. And you can, it's giving you the layer. I am not a person who knows how to do this kind of thing, so I'm just going to try. Because it's Try It Tuesday, and on Tuesday we try new things. That's what we do. That's my plan now, is on Tuesday we try new things, okay? So I'm going to try to do something that looks kind of like this, which is a lot, like, I feel like the stencil helped me to warm up. The interesting part is when you start looking at things as the shapes, and you look at how the shapes are and the colors and where the darker colors are. That's actually, it doesn't seem very much darker than what I had. There we go. So there's a couple of different things: watercolor, freehand, watercolor with a stencil, and this is actually this is the mixed media. No, this is Canson. This is that card that is, like I said, it's got like embossed on the other side. It's like a resist. I just couldn't figure out how to make it work. And then, so that's freehand. And then we have our lovely mixed media background paper that I did. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this page. It's just to be determined at this point. So yeah, there we go. All right, everybody. I hope that you enjoyed our calming and hopefully a little bit relaxing watercolor session today, and that you will come back and join me next week. If you happen to catch me, if you want to see some more videos, like and subscribe to the channel so that I know that you'll get some new updates every time that a new video goes live. And of course, I'll be here on Tuesdays on Instagram and on Facebook at 9:30 on Fridays. All right, everybody. Thanks so much. Bye.